and the Wi-Fi and all that. So I just want to tell you a little bit about our company. So PubNub is a messaging service in the cloud for making massively multi-user applications. So what that means is, if you think about something like Facebook or World of Warcraft, they've spent millions of dollars to develop a system, an infrastructure where they can push lots of users' content in real time. So what we've done is democratize that ability by having a push API with a very simple publish-subscribe model in the cloud, so you can push massive amounts of data to massive amounts of users in real time, and it'll scale perfectly. So we have over 1,000 customers, and they're using it for things like social TV. So we power the Super Bowl, the Oscars, Australian Open, stuff like that, and a lot of MMO-style games. So as a developer evangelist, one of the cool things about my job is I get to play with various technologies and kind of make demos and tie it into PubNub, because we have 20 or 30 different wrappers for PubNub on the client side. So Python and C# and Titanium Accelerator and Ruby, anything you can think of, we've got it. It's all on GitHub. So I'm going to show you, if you have some sort of a device that can go to the internet, if you want to go to this URL right here, this is sort of my demos splash page.
Can you put it back up? I think people saw it.
Yeah, I'll put it back up. Sorry about that.
Okay, so
24 FYS. And the Y is
on the iPhone?
Yeah, it works on everything. Well, it should at least. So this is just a little jQuery mobile splash page. So I'm going to start with number 1 here. This is actually something Steven did. It's a multi-touch demo. So I'm going to show you on my iPad here.
Oh, yeah.
As you can see, I'm moving my fingers, and it's being reflected in real time. So this is sort of to show you the latency of PubNub. It's very fast. Push a little packet of JSON anywhere in the globe, including India or Africa, in under a quarter of a second. And the way this works is we have multiple points of presence around the globe, and then our points of presence communicate with one another, and we handle kind of the hard part of propagating that data internally for you, so you really don't have to worry about it. All right.
It's good.
Yeah, it's fast. Okay, so I'm going to show you something a little bit more fleshed out now. So if you could click on the second one, this is a project I worked on for maybe about a month. I called it Stack Hack. So I don't know if you guys have heard of 3.js. It is a, how do I say this? It's an abstraction layer for graphics in JavaScript. So you can just make JavaScript objects, and JavaScript's easy, and define geometry in very easy to read syntax, and it'll pop out beautiful stuff like this. And what I did was, 3.js is pretty cool. It's got a lot of traction. And I tied that into PubNub. So anytime you click a block, everybody else on the website will see it in real time. So what it turns out to be is sort of like a massively multiplayer doodler. Like you can just doodle whatever you want, and then if you can see up here you can choose a color, and so you can make a house or a whale or a tree or whatever you want to make. And there's really no point to the game. It's not really even a game. It's just sort of you just make whatever you want, and everyone will see it. And so when I first launched this, we saw some really crazy stuff. We had, hundreds of people on here. Somebody figured out our API and made like a giant pony, and it was really awesome. And one of the cool things about this is I was playing with our API, and I had it set up and so that everything went through a central Node.js server, and it created this really crappy bottleneck. And so what I did was I made the server still authoritative, but the server sits off to the side this time, and when you click a thing, it goes through PubNub and not through my server. My server is just watching all the chatter, and then when somebody gets out of line, like let's say somebody makes a for loop and just makes 1,000,000 blocks in JavaScript, which you could do, that's when my server would step in and say, hey everyone, don't listen to this guy, he's crazy. So it's sort of like a referee as opposed to a dictator. And that way you can let PubNub do its job of just being an awesome infrastructure. All right, so that's demo number 2, halfway done. If you click on the third bubble, so this is actually the viewer view. I'm going to show you, okay, so you guys stay on this page, click on the third one. I'm going to go to a different one. So this is an idea that we came up with. Like, let's say you're a blogger, let's say you're Perez Hilton or something, and you have a lot of users that you want to push content to in real time. It can be any kind of content. So what I've done is just made a little jQuery mobile app where you can search for anything. So hopefully some people are on this site on the viewer page. So if we search for PubNub, here's our PubNub music video, and you can just push arbitrary content. And all that does is it just it has the embed code in the JSON itself, and just pushes it. And so you can hear it start playing, right? Because if you had 1 million users all on this page, they would all get it instantly in real time. So I also did Soundcloud. So I don't know, somebody give me a song or an artist. So shout something out, somebody. Anything? Okay.
Man at work?
Sorry?
Man at work?
Man at work? Men at work? I don't know. We'll just try it. We'll see if anything pops up. All right. So I also made it work for Soundcloud, and it auto plays for that as well. And then, this is just a few lines of JavaScript for all of these. And Flickr, I don't know. Let's just search for flower. Seems to be a lot of flower pictures on Flickr. And you can push that as well. So the idea here is you can push anything you want. It's just JSON. So you push HTML, you can push anything. All right, so finally, my last demo of the day is something I'm just working on right now. Okay, this is something I discovered on Hacker News at 3 in the morning in September. And I was like, that's cool. And then I got pushed to the bottom. I don't think anyone really knows about it. So this is like the best part of my job, is like playing with stuff like this. I have to turn this light on because it's important for this, because my face has to be illuminated. So let me just run a little Python script. Okay. So I'm going to try and line this up so you guys can see it. All right, so here's my face. This doesn't use a Kinect camera or anything. It just figures out where your face is based on just a lot of math, I guess. I actually did not write this code, just so you know. So when I move my head, and I can shrug my eyebrows. So all this is doing is sending the data from my camera, from this API, through PubNub. And as you can see, it's a little jumpy, and it loses my face occasionally. And the lighting kind of has to be just perfect. This is very much a work in progress. This is what I'm going to be hacking on tonight. I've only hacked on this for like a day or two. And I haven't put in the eyes yet. I've only done the eyebrows, the mouth, and the head rotation. But I'm just going to put more and more parameters from the face program through PubNub. So if anyone's on this page, they should see it in real time as well. So this is just one more example. Like, my job is to like spark your brain about anything you want to do. You can make it real time. You can take any API and mesh up with PubNub and have a whole new thing. And that's what's cool about being a hacker and stuff. So I guess that's it for my demos. If anyone has any questions, feel free to come talk to me, or you can ask now. I hope you guys enjoy the food. Don't be a stranger. Come talk to us. Todd, would you like to say something?
No, I'm good. Thank you, man. Good job. That was awesome.
Right, thanks.
Thanks, guys. Sweet.